Hello, everyone. I am on the phone, that's why the audio is pretty awful.
Like always, that's fine.
Yeah. This next episode is also one of the forgotten ones. Not lost, forgotten. Misplaced.
It was misplaced in my phone files. But that's fine. I found it. Finally, I found it.
We recorded this October?
Yeah, we recorded it during October. We went to go see Joker opening weekend. It wasn't day. It was opening weekend. And
Yeah.
the reason why, at least I told her that we should record this, is because where we saw the movie was kind of tense because we saw it at a movie theater in one of our nearby cities where there was a recent shooting around that area. Actually, kind of like all over that town.
At the area.
It was at the area. So the theater was tense, but the movie was good. So
the movie already had a lot of tension.
Yeah, the movie with the media needed the movie to be awful, but
plus our setting.
Yes, plus our setting. Everything was just very tense, and that's why we did this episode. So enjoy that.
What up? What's up, my sexy beasts? No, what's up, my couch potatoes? We're back.
This isn't a podcast. This is a movie review.
Oh, yeah.
First, and hopefully a lot more to come. Excuse Lenny, she's eating ice cream.
It's real good, guys.
It's
Bluebell crazy cookie dough.
Bluebell and their flavors, I swear to God.
Give it a try.
It is October the fucking 5th.
It's October 3rd.
It's 2 days after October 3rd.
And we just saw the Joker.
We saw Joker on opening weekend.
It was not packed because I think everyone was afraid to go see it.
So,
especially at the theater in which a shooting happened.
So, there was a shooting, I guess like a month ago.
About a month ago.
About a month ago.
About a week ago.
And it was at this theater. Around this theater in Odessa, Texas. We went to that same theater to go watch a movie that had the media concerned about condoning violence. So
it was a double whammy.
It was a double whammy. Me and Lenny were extremely spooked about being there, especially me.
But it was alright. We survived.
I kept on looking at the exit and where you can enter into the theater, and I kept on looking to my top left because there was this really suspicious dude. He kept on walking down, leaving, standing right where the stairs were, and then he would go back to his seat and do that constantly. But
I didn't see any of that,
but it was crazy.
There were police at the entrance searching people's bags.
Yes, and
I'm surprised they let me go in with my jacket.
And this was something we didn't notice, but there was actually this sign in front of the theater. Let me read this to you. There was a sign in front of the theater that said this, and it had the Joker poster as the title. And it says, "No mask, no face paint, no costumes, no backpacks. Guests 13 and older are restricted from wearing masks, face paint, or hoods covering the face. Synergy will not allow backpacks and large bags inside. If you must have one with you, the bag and its contents will be searched by our staff." Then it says get tickets at Synergy. I thought that was weird.
That's pretty wild. What? All of this media coverage, people being scared of a freaking movie, has got people terrified to watch it. There were police. There were 4 cops at the door when you came in.
Yeah, at least. And there's some patrolling.
All around.
And this was just one theater in this town out of
What, like 3?
3, 4, I think 3.
Something like that.
But that was just a theater experience. The movie though.
The movie was pretty freaking good.
So I've been following the making of this movie ever since they announced it. Ever since that, I think it was like 8-second to 12-second clip of Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur, and then as Joker, as lights transition to his face and has that song in the background. That was like the little teaser. I've been following it since then. I've been really excited about it. Joaquin Phoenix, that guy.
I didn't know they had Johnny Cash play the Joker. I didn't know there was a Joker movie until maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. What was I seeing? I don't remember what I saw, but I saw a poster and it said the Joker.
You probably went to go watch Spider-Man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Well, then that probably wasn't 3 weeks ago.
It was some time ago.
Sometime, I don't know. I saw a poster and it said the Joker and Joaquin Phoenix, and I was like, this freaking Joker movie coming out? What in the world? I never heard of this before in my life. And then it started getting all this hype. Not necessarily hype as it was concern for like people.
It was from what I saw from film Twitter, there was a lot of hype, and then what I saw from the media, there was so much concern.
Like, don't go see the movie. They're gonna shoot it up. I seen this thing online, and it was like some girl tweeting, "My dad's in the military, and they're picking up on some signal or something that the Joker's gonna be shot up. So don't go see it." And people that I know were retweeting it. And I was like, this is the dumbest shit I ever heard. Like, what military official is not releasing military information of a shooting? What military official is telling his daughter to tweet about this to tell people not to go see the movie? Don't you think there would be an official report filed by, like, I don't know, the government?
I just think
Beats me.
the whole everything the media was saying, it's just,
I don't like calling people sensitive, but this is some sensitive stuff. Like, people are being real.
Compared to like other movies that have been released, and they're worried about this one because I guess it has the Joker in it. I just think the media and the people that did watch it and then report back to the media, they didn't understand the difference between a very depressed and dramatic movie to a very violent and scary movie. This was an extremely
it was an extremely okay movie. There was nothing terrible about it.
There was like,
it was not graphic.
sure, there was blood, of course, it's rated R.
Is it rated R?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you not hear them say fuck like 6 times in a row?
Well, yeah, they say fucking PG-13.
Yeah, like but when it's PG-13, they can't say fuck more than once or twice. I think it's more than once.
Like that episode of South Park. You fucking Jew? Bro, you can't fucking say that in fucking class. I can't say Jew? No, you can't say fuck.
But no.
Anywho.
What was I saying? I don't even know. I was laughing too much. Shoot. You lost me. It wasn't the graphic. Like, I've seen more graphic stuff from older films. I've seen more graphic stuff from movies that came out in the past decade. This was like, doesn't reach like the top.
Like, it didn't shock me.
Like, you know that big old scene from the ending of Kill Bill Volume 1 where she's in
they're chopping people's heads off, and
it's like that I don't know if it's 10 minutes. I don't know if I'm being dramatic. 10 minutes of just her fucking wailing on people. That was graphic.
I think
that was graphic as all hell.
People were thinking this is graphic because it's not a Tarantino film. You put Tarantino in there, and you know there's going to be gallons and gallons of bloodshed.
They should have put Tarantino as the producer instead of Bradley Cooper.
They should have.
Lenny freaked out. She was like, Bradley Cooper was.
Bradley Cooper. I love Bradley Cooper. For all of you that don't know, which none of you should know because I never mentioned that before on this podcast.
And it's the anniversary of A Star Is Born being released.
Of A Star Is Born.
Dear Lord.
I think we're about to watch that as soon as this is over.
Maybe. I don't know. We got other business to do. Anywho, yeah. I think people are sensitive. I really do.
I really hate saying that. I don't want to sound like a baby boomer. Because they're like, oh, these young kids, they're so sensitive about everything, getting their feelings hurt. When I was 18, I was storming Normandy Beach. And I'm like, okay, shut up, old timer. The future is now, old man. But I hate saying that because I don't want to sound like a boomer. But, like, this is some real sensitive stuff.
That's some boomer shit right there.
That is.
Oh.
Y'all little pansies.
But, like, for a person like me that can appreciate filmmaking, this was, to me, a spectacular film. This will be one of my top favorites of the year, and I really hope this can make it to the Oscars and hopefully get a lot of nominations and hopefully a win or two. Especially,
the soundtrack was dope.
Soundtrack was good. The score, I adored more than the soundtrack, but that's just me.
I thought the soundtrack was kind of sexy.
I don't want to get into that. We just talked about this.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of sexy, but maybe I just have a weird kink. Anywho,
Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker was spectacular.
It was really good.
I just from the first scene he was in, from the last bloody smile he did, everything in between, and anything a little after was great. Every second he was on frame was great to me. I didn't see any hiccups, and he was just, if he doesn't get at least a nomination, I'm gonna be mad.
Oh, for sure he's getting a nomination. Like, I don't watch movies. I'm not a big movie buff like you are, but even I think that.
But you know,
was
the Oscars always give snubs, and they're like, no.
I think the most concerning thing about this movie is how is Joaquin Phoenix doing? Because everyone who has played the Joker has had something kind of
wrong.
mental breakdown. You know, Heath Ledger died shortly after, and Jared Leto?
Jared Leto was going mad.
Lost his fucking mind. Didn't break character during the entire filming of Suicide Squad.
I was watching me and Lenny were watching the Jimmy Kimmel of Joaquin Phoenix, and they showed a clip of him where he was mad at the cinematographer for whispering, and he was explaining how he tries to get into character, but he can't do that with someone without hearing this constant noise, without hearing this constant little whisper. And I can understand that. I mean, for this character, I feel like this character is extremely complex to get into. If you're an actor playing this character, you must lose yourself.
Shoot, I want to play the Joker now just to see like how crazy it can get. But
he was losing weight. He was
losing his mind.
But like, I feel like he's doing okay now. From like interviews I've seen, at least.
I think
he got the weight
Phoenix,
back.
He looks like the Sergeant Chicken from Chicken Run.
I don't know why he thought that. You showed me a picture.
He does. You can't deny that he. Anywho, back to playing the Joker. Even though it's a very difficult role, and I would hate to put the love of my life under this kind of pressure, I would love to see Jake Gyllenhaal as the Joker.
And I was explaining to Lenny how the closest thing we'll get to Jake Gyllenhaal as being the Joker is Nightcrawler. Because he is kind of a weirdo in that movie. He's kind of psycho.
He is, but I don't know. I think he's got the look, and he's got the definite acting skills. We saw that with him playing Mysterio in Spider-Man.
I wouldn't go that far, but...
I think he's got the look too, and you know he's always got his hair completely slicked back, and I feel like that's a real Joker thing.
We need a bald Joker.
Absolutely not.
We need a Joker with a fade.
With a fade.
Was that Jared Leto? I forgot how his hair looked.
He's gotta have just a little bit of hair so you can see the green.
A balding Joker. Spoilers. We're gonna get into spoilers because I really want to talk about the story and everything in the movie because it's been in my mind and it's kind of hurting me at this point. So, if you're listening and you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to know what's going on, happy to skip, go watch something else. Or if you do want to stay and you just don't care about watching the movie, go ahead and listen to us bitch about it.
Or you're going to watch the movie.
Or not bitch about it.
And you don't care about spoilers. Go right ahead. Anywho, spoilers. This isn't so much a... Is it a spoiler? What the fuck was that?
Well, you can just say it. It don't matter.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Well, I'll start off. So...
Oh, I remember.
Okay.
I remember watching the movie and thinking, God, this is a really long build-up. Like, what the heck is going to happen? This has been building up for, like, an hour. By an hour in, you know what the conflict is in the movie. Mm-hmm. But I was like, it's been, like, well over an hour, and I feel like there's been a lot of build-up and... not enough conflict.
Do you feel like there was a build-up because there wasn't a hero?
No. I don't think it's that. There was just a lot of build-up. Like, a lot of backstory, and I get that because it's an origin story.
Who would have thought?
A lot of build-up, a lot of backstory, and you're just wondering, where the heck is this going? Because, like,
what?
I could take a nap real quick and wake up when the explosions start happening.
Well, that's just the thing. You think it's a superhero story, but it's a villain story. This is how the Joker became.
Could I have a warning that the buildup was going to be this long?
One thing that I was a bit like wowed at is the inclusion of Thomas Wayne and Bruce Wayne.
Ouch. I knew for sure they were going to mention that. Somewhere in there.
Was skeptical. I really thought they weren't going to. I thought
even if it was just an ad on TV.
I thought they were gonna like probably just brush on it or something, but the way they did it, I didn't mind it. Like at first when Arthur thought that Thomas was his dad, I was like, this is really interesting.
I thought that was too. I didn't like that though. I was like, Batman and Joker are brothers now?
Half brothers. But I thought that was really interesting. And I was like, oh, could you imagine this leading into different movies? I was like, that can be really interesting. But they kind of just like Thomas was like, nah, I ain't your daddy. You're adopted. And then we find out he really is adopted, and then we get the traditional Batman story, his parents being shot, and then I feel like this is going to lead into something really interesting, especially at the end when he's back in the insane asylum. It leads everything up kind of perfectly. Batman's sad, he's lost his parents, and then Joker is back. Or I guess he was never there to begin with, but he's in his cocoon now. He's in the asylum. So I feel like whatever movie will come next will have a great setup. Will it be Batman? Will it be Robert Pattinson's Batman? Or was it Jonah Hill? I know there's something about Jonah Hill wanting to play Batman or some shit. Or was it Batman or Robin? I can't tell.
Edward Cullen is playing Batman. What is he? That would make a lot of sense.
What?
Edward Cullen is Batman. He's a vampire.
Oh my god. Oh.
That makes so much sense now. I'm not against it anymore. I did like Ben Affleck as Batman. Like, I don't remember much from the movies, but I know he just looks like Batman. He looks like a Batman.
Without all that metal, sure, but Sure.
Without his disgusting phoenix tattoo on his back. He looks like Batman.
But that about the movie. And also the violence. The first violent thing that happened was him being hit with his sign and him being beat up by these kids. We saw that from the trailers. That was like the first thing that we saw in the trailers.
I didn't see the trailer.
She went in.
I just walked in completely blind.
And then the second thing of violence was on the subway, where these guys were trying to like hit on this girl, or what would you? Were they hitting?
They were bothering her. This dude is drunk and offering her fries and throwing fries at her.
And then
just bothering her.
The Joker has this condition where he's laughing, so he's laughing, but he's probably like upset. We don't know what he's feeling really. He's just laughing, and they're wondering why he's laughing.
Like, you stupid.
They punch him.
Freaking clown! What are you laughing at?
They punch him. He's on the floor, and then he shoots. He has this gun and he shoots.
And they all go, ah!
He shoots two of them. One of them runs away. Joker finds him and he empty outs all the bullets on him.
There was one really stupid part that like kind of, I don't know. I thought it was pretty graphic, but it's real stupid detail. When the dude was running away, was he like shot in the leg or the foot or something? And he's limping away. And you can see the blood like coming out of his foot and dripping onto the ground. I don't know why. I have a weird thing about my ankles. And so I saw his ankle. I saw blood dripping from his foot. And I was like, ew. That's graphic. I didn't like that. But it was a real...
It was
not
like,
important detail. Carry on.
I was about to say, was that a bad thing? I was like,
It doesn't matter, but it really bothered me. I'm like, oh my god, getting shot must really hurt.
Oh my god, who would have fucking thought? God damn it, you're such an idiot.
I watched this whole movie, and the one thing I take away is getting shot in the ankle might hurt.
Damn, that probably fucking hurt, didn't it?
Like, ow. He needs a new foot now.
But those are the two things that, deal with violence. And of course, like, he kills his mother, smothers her with a pillow.
That's not funny.
Stop.
He kills his own mother, and I'm worried about his fucking ankle.
He kills one of his clown buddies. He kills the host, the Tonight host. And
R.I.P. Robert De Niro.
And that whole big scene at the end where everyone's just on a rampage. Oh, and that train scene. I don't think there was violence in there. Probably. There was a shot. I don't know.
I think there was a fight.
There was a fight. And the whole thing at the end. With all this violence, I don't think it wasn't like as extreme as other movies I've seen. Like whatsoever. And this goes back into the media. The media is fucking dramatic, I swear.
When we watched the Chris Stuckman review. The spoilers and the non-spoiler one.
Oh, yeah.
And he kept referencing how close this movie is to... It's not Nightcrawler. Taxi Driver.
Our generation's Taxi Driver.
Anywho, Taxi Driver.
If he did not say that, I would not have noticed it.
I didn't either. I was like, I mean, now that you mention it, I guess...
I was like, sure.
I guess it is pretty, kind of similar to Taxi Driver. I thought Taxi Driver was way more graphic than this.
And he did say that.
Like, way more. Like, you see a dude get shot in the neck. That's another one of those scenes that made me realize, ow. Getting shot
that probably hurt. Fucking hurt, right?
Like, he got shot in the neck and you see the blood spewing out. That's pretty graphic to me. Like, you could blow up 100 cars, but as soon as I see blood...
Ouch.
Or like an actual wound, I'm like, ooh. Oof. That might hurt. Shoot, I don't want to get shot.
But if he did not mention the similarities between the Joker and Taxi Driver, I would probably would have never noticed.
I never noticed. The only reason he mentioned that is because, what is it, the same director or producer or something?
The same actor, Robert De Niro.
Actor. Yeah, but is it not a... What's that dude's name? Stonewall? Mike Stonewall?
What?
Martin...
Scorsese?
Scoliosis?
You
Scoliosis?
You can tell she's not a film guy.
I'm not a film guy.
Scorsese.
Scorpion. It's not like the same director.
No, Todd Phillips directed it.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure he directed it.
My bad.
But that was like all this violence that was in the movie. It wasn't near graphic for anything that I've seen.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
People were losing their minds.
It wasn't like the part where I jaw dropped. I was like I wanted to laugh so bad, but I knew if I did, I would be an asshole in the theater. He was this clown in this children's hospital, and he was.
That was pretty messed up, but I can't lie, that was funny.
I can't. He's a clown. He's dancing. I don't know what was he dancing to?
If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet.
Or clap your, yeah, if you're happy and you know it. And it's not like he was like doing it in a scary way. He looked like an actual clown.
He's entertaining
he had
children.
like the doctor coat on, and he looked like a normal clown. He was dancing, had his big shoes on, and all of a sudden this
His gun flies out and he kicks it. Oh, brother. I'm glad I didn't laugh at the theater because it would have been just like this. And he tries to dance it off.
Oh, this fucking loaded gun in the children's hospital.
I thought the gun was going to fire.
I did too. I think if it did, he would probably go to jail and the movie would have ended by there.
Good thing it didn't.
But that was like the only part my jaw dropped, and I was trying to I had to put my hand on my face to not laugh. Oh my god. Now I can laugh about it.
Yeah.
That was bananas. I was laughing about it, then later on in the movie, he was like, it was a prop, I swear.
It was a prop.
Fucking prop.
Why are you bringing a gun prop to the children's hospital?
It's a part of my act. Oh, that's the only part my jaw dropped, and also just Joaquin Phoenix's performance. Towards the end, when he got on top of the cop car after he crashed, it's these people are praising him as if he was a god, and then he forces a smile on him, this bloody smile. I think that's what got me, is the blood on his face.
I did too. I thought
mixed with the makeup, I was like,
that's
great.
Crazy, yo.
Throw that Oscar at Joaquin Phoenix.
He could simply get an Oscar just for wiping the blood on his face.
I feel like just from that first scene of him getting ready, that just. I'm not trying to overpraise this movie. I swear I'm not. I don't want to sound like your epic film bro. No, I don't. Have y'all seen Pulp Fiction?
That's me. I haven't seen any movies ever.
But Pulp Fiction.
I seen Pulp Fiction, A Star Is Born, The Goonies, The Wolf of Wall Street. That's about it.
Martin Scorsese. He directed The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, that's where I got that from?
Yes.
Oh. Right after we watched Chris Stuckman, we watched some...
Oh, we watched bloopers and shit. But the movie... I just want to talk about how crazy I thought the whole movie experience was. Just going in, there was a lot of security. There was that warning we saw in the beginning of
people for
no
real.
masks, no makeup, no hoodies. The security
making all of this assumption over a movie that they hadn't seen. They're taking somebody else's word and frightening everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to go see this movie because they're afraid it's going to get shot up, which is a good fear, but also you're getting these threats from people who haven't even seen the movie saying it's too graphic.
Yeah, and there's also news articles about saying parents are concerned about letting their kids go see this movie. I was like, well, no shit.
Don't take your kids to see the movie.
We have ratings for a reason. I think we've established that ever since... What was it? Fucking...
Pulp Fiction?
No. I think it was like Friday the 13th. When like Friday the 13th came out, it was like really bloody and gory. And it even had nudity. And they put a PG-13 rating on it. And I think that's when rated R was starting to be a thing. I don't know. That... What I just said probably is all wrong, but... There's ratings for a reason, and I just think parents are too dumb to look at the ratings. Like when they buy a kid a game, it can have all this violence, and they're like, and then it's okay, they can play it.
I mean, it's alright.
But this movie, I loved it. I'm hoping that it makes it to the award shows.
The Oscars.
And I can see Joaquin Phoenix lose his mind.
I want to see Bradley Cooper again.
No.
I just want another Bradley Cooper movie.
We don't need one right now. We can wait.
No, but I need it now.
A Star is Born 2.
A Star is Resurrected.
It shows after he died.
After he died. I would love to see a movie where Lady Gaga is the main character. Not 5'2".
Nah, I don't know. I could wait for a good minute. Hustlers just came out.
Oh, I was gonna say, let's talk about Hustlers.
No.
Like, you haven't even seen it. I thought it was really good. They did a great job of portraying an amazing friendship. Like, you saw these friends for like 2 hours, and I felt like I had known them for a lifetime. I understood their full dynamic.
Oh, that's how I felt watching Booksmart.
And how everything worked, and you know that they're besties, and they're not just besties, they are family. All these girls are just family. And I was like, dang, I want to be a stripper if I get a family like that. That's pretty sick.
You won't be a stripper.
No, I won't. I don't have the body or the confidence.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Nah.
But movies are great. I hope we can do this a lot more often. Probably the reason why we don't do this is because Lindy doesn't watch a lot of movies, and I'm the only one that does watch a lot of movies.
Well, I don't watch a lot of movies because if I go, I gotta go by myself, and I'm okay with that. But I don't go to Odessa very often. My mom doesn't like Odessa. She also doesn't like movies.
This was the first time her and I went to Odessa, and it was like where the shooting was on that road. That was the first time her and I were like driving down that road, and I was like, this is kind of weird.
I didn't think it was weird until we got to Synergy and I saw the big lot.
And it was like kind of empty. I go there.
It was pretty empty.
I go there like on the norm, or at least I did, and compared to usual, especially on a Saturday, that was a bit empty.
This bitch empty.
Especially when you walked in, and like when we were going through all the games, usually like
it's packed.
It's not like shoulder to shoulder or anything.
Well,
but
yeah,
like,
but there's a lot of people.
Like, there's people bowling, there's people at the bar, there's people playing the games. Like, the line is full.
The line to get popcorn and drinks, normally, that line.
The line to get
long.
into the movies and to give the person the ticket to go into the theater. It
felt like a Tuesday.
It felt like a Tuesday morning going to the theater. It was odd.
Wild. I saw a bunch of tire marks in the parking lot, and I was like, I wonder if that's
probably
the mail van, if the mail van left that.
I don't exactly know where the whole thing was. I think it was like kind of like on the side of the building, but that's just, it was just really crazy, especially the whole movie experience is what I'm more just like.
I don't normally get that where it's like you go back to some place where something bad happened and you just feel weird about it. I don't normally get that.
Yeah, this
The
is like a
only
first
thing-
for me.
The only thing that was kind of weird, just a little bit weird, was seeing the lot where all those videos, you saw people laying on the ground and you saw the dude actually get shot.
Yeah.
Like, I saw that lot and I was like, oh my god, that's wild. This, like, actually
I
happened.
was like,
here.
that's a crime scene.
But being inside of Synergy, no biggie. Or, like, going to the mall afterwards, like, I didn't feel weird about it.
Oh,
didn't-
yeah, going to the mall,
It's
too.
not like you walk into somewhere and it's like, dang, you know, I can't go back there. It's just too traumatic. So much happened there. That to me,
Thank you.
that classic movie moment where you just, oh, there's so much history here. I can't do it. I didn't get that.
I mean, like, I was thinking about it, like, when we went to the mall, and since, like, the news station is, like, in the mall, we passed it, and I was like, that's kind of crazy. Like, they had a duck and, like, get underneath their desk in that room. That desk right there.
I didn't even notice it. Like, I just walked by.
She was too busy getting her fucking sunglasses.
Oh, yeah. I spent
Her
a lot.
$163
This is my first time I
sunglasses.
spent some stupid money. Like, I would never spend money on something.
I made her treat herself today.
Yeah.
She got some sunglasses.
I
She got
got
an
some
all-American cookie
motherfucking
and some fucking candles.
Ray-Bans. I don't play. I got that drip.
And now she acts like she's a bad bitch.
I am. I don't act like when I am one. I'm so tired of poor people.
Anywho, that's it for the review. This is probably longer than what I was expecting it to be, but it's
Today
okay.
was a fun day.
Today was a really fun day.
Update
Joker was
you
really
guys.
good.
Go
And
see it. Stop being butthurt.
yeah, don't be so sensitive. All right,
I
well,
was storming Normandy Beach at your age.
peeps. See you in the next one. Goodbye bye.
Bye.